Lighthouse.
And go. You're live.
Hey, good morning, guys, and welcome to the Grounds with Giles Jones. And we got Kelsey here today. We are the two sitting in front of you, or we got Kent sitting behind producing today. Got some people out doing life and having fun, hopefully. So welcome in to the most unique show I think we've got out there, especially, well, we're the most unique people, that's for sure. With a bunch of different ideas from different genres and so on and so forth. And today, Kent, what are we talking about?
Well, let's take care of a little bit of business here on our end. There's Uncle Pete. You can join the show right there. And let's go. Let's do this.
Let's talk about something that very few of us pay attention to. Print. Print is something that just seems to go unnoticed. And yet it is so influential in our everyday lives. We tend to go about our daily routines in a busy rush. And let's face it, there are some things that we may take for granted. We wake up and get ready for the day, and print is all around us. Imagine if it wasn't. Well, that's interesting. Now think about the rest of your day, and let's see what life may look like without print. Our drive to work would certainly be confusing without signage and window graphics. Do you realize how much print you see at the office? Your desk and walls would really look different without the wide variety of products you have all around you, such as brochures, pens, and flash drives. And that great little lunch spot? Well, it would be pretty hard to place an order without menus. No more mail? Really? Oh, I get it. Everyone just advertises online. The truth is, over 60% of online searches are conducted because of print marketing campaigns, including direct mail advertising, flyers, and catalogs. You see, print isn't just about magazines and newspapers. Print is about communication, and at Minuteman Press, we can print your name, image, or logo on just about anything. As a business owner, how do you get your message across and build brand awareness? From marketing and sales materials to labels and bags, to banners and flags, even custom branded apparel with your name and logo on it. At Minuteman Press, we design, print, and promote you. We are the modern printing industry. Find your local center today at MinutemanPress.com.
There you go. And of course, today, what we're going to talk about is then versus now presents. Not presents like your present, but gifts for the holidays. And are you breaking the bank? And how does that look? Welcome in, everybody. Of course, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is it different in your house? Is it different from when you were a kid?
Well, when I was looking online for Google yesterday, I was just out of curiosity from like 2019. The average household spent like $28,000.
What?
Yeah.
On Christmas?
Yeah.
Which
is about
2019.
Yeah, 2019. We're now in 2025.
A household.
A household.
Yeah.
Correct.
Holy crap.
We're in 2025. Now it's up to 52,000
At Christmas.
at Christmas time. So from December 1st to December 25th.
I'm in the wrong
It's
neighborhood.
50. I was like,
Kids are.
I mean, I can see, not for my family, because money is valued differently and Christmas is a different story. But like for my uncle's family, yeah, they definitely probably spend like well over $60,000 on Christmas because some of their Christmas presents are like a brand new car. Yeah. So
Well, that's not a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
it
that's a
depends on where you
life-changing
come
present.
from.
Right.
Holy
But and then they were even talking about the different presents though. So back in the day, I mean, we wanted presents that helped us like learn how to do whatever it might have been, like a project. So I got wood or I got tools, or we got more household goods, where nowadays everybody's getting everything tailored to online technology and influencing and the newest fashion. So the world has definitely changed quite a bit that way. So presents are going to change.
Yeah.
So
absolutely insane.
like, I'm jealous that like my niece has a Chromebook. Like, she has a little Chromebook and she's 8 years old. And they're already learning how to type and all that. We didn't learn keyboarding until I was in high school. So, I mean, everything was handwritten for papers. So it's a different time zone now for presents.
I don't know. I'm blank on that thing.
I'm
just absolutely blown away, because I mean, then versus now, I mean, it's always been, from my standpoint, it's always been about giving, right? Presents, things that mattered, or things that you could enjoy. But wow, 52,000. Well, most households are just making that a year. The average household income, I forget what it was in the $50,000 range. So you're spending an entire year's salary, realistically, on Christmas, because it's almost come to the point, I think, where Christmas is like you feel obligated, right? To stack underneath the tree.
You move your mic up. You keep fading in and out.
Is that better?
Like up,
all the way up?
Up higher for you. Because you're like going in and out, in and out, in and out.
That's my voice, because I jump back and forth. I should really be Italian with all my movement.
There you go. That's it. Thanks. Yep.
He's just trying to block my face on camera.
No.
You know what I mean? Though it just seems so weird. It blows like staggering. When you say, I thought you were bullshitting with that number. I mean, that is. I know. I've always known that people have put themselves in debt, around Christmas time to. I don't even want to say keep up with the Joneses, but keep up with the Jones. Oh, we got to make sure our tree is full of, goodies for our kids. But like, at what point do you say enough's enough? It's, and no disrespect, but it's another day, realistically, right? That has become a consumer, right? It was meant, what Christmas started out as was the celebrating, the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, right? If you're a believer, so on and so forth. Now it's become about who gets the best toy, who gets the most toys, and it's putting people in dire straits. I mean, if they're saying that much money, I mean, holy crap.
So Don, good morning. Don says, does that include like travel, food, etc.?
Yeah, so it's everything. It's not just presents.
Yeah.
So it's like food, traveling, but they say on Christmas Day, like the average kid opens up around like $5,000 worth of presents.
Don't tell my kids that.
Like,
don't tell my kids that.
But I mean,
which I can see. My sister's like that. She has a budget of like $2,000 per child, and I'm like, how?
That's insane.
I do like barely like $100 for my 4-year-old.
Right. My question really, when you say that, is like, why? Like, I know you want, if you have multiple kids, you want to keep it even, but why is it a number?
But why the evenness?
So you're going that you're saying from December 1st, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Today, I would, I would, in my house anyway, I strongly disagree with that, but, Christmas is every week, right? So the magic of Christmas to me is, presents just automatically appear, and wow, that's Santa was here, and you went to bed and there were some presents under the tree from each other, and all of a sudden you wake up and there's this all these great presents, especially wrapped and everything, kind of what we talked about last week. And but now Santa comes every week,
every day,
by Amazon.
Yeah.
There's a gift weekly showing up on your doorstep, and so where you had that wish in August, like you remember Tickle Me Elmo, the big thing, big new, I haven't heard any big new present this year, right? And maybe it's because my kids are older, but there's no big new thing that everybody's got to have. But in August, you were like, man, I need that Tickle Me Elmo for my kid. I need that. People are going crazy for Tickle Me Elmo. And then there was Black Friday, and you had the crazy rushes of Black Friday, which now are like, Yeah, I mean, right. You remember, like, oh no, we are going to be open on Thanksgiving now. So we get all those sales, and now it's like, nah, we're closed on Thanksgiving, and we're going to open normal store hours on Black Friday because it's just not the same. With travel and everything, yeah, I can see that with some households, but there is absolutely no way on God's green earth that we would spend 50. We would murder each other, my wife and I, if in December we spent $52,000. Now that's the average. So that means there's people spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, and some that are spending, like my family, next to nothing, right? Yeah, that's crazy. But hey, I guess I get Alice a Lexus. Well, there's 75,000 right there, right? I don't pay it. I mean, that's over the next 7 years. That's probably going into that number as well. But yeah, I don't. For me, now versus then, we've always been pretty consistent with 4 kids, and now that they're older, it's different. We don't necessarily have to get socks and underwear. Spencer's out in Spencer and Abby are out in Virginia, so you send them money. That's what what I mean. Like, here's some. Go buy yourself a new stove.
That was the thing back for us when we were kids. I mean, we would get, just like Kent had mentioned, socks, underwear, useful things that we really use, right? And for me, it was still fun. It was still cool, right? These are things I could use: new pants, not necessarily new shoes, but now it's just about the consumer. I feel it's just the consumerism. Like, what else can you buy? It's everybody. I feel like everybody needs or wants everything. There's no just being yourself, right? You always need more instead of just accepting what you have. And it's just become literally a shopper's celebration, if you will. I mean, hell, people are starting now, and there's some people that shop all year long, but now it's just, what are they starting? Producer's almost down. Are we still on stage? Are we still on? It used to, for me as a kid, it used to be, magical, if you will, right? Thinking and dreaming and waiting. And I don't see that today with a lot of kids, right? Because it's not like something special that Kent mentioned. You're getting Amazon every day. You're getting something new every day. It's not like it's one day a year where you get a plethora of presents or gifts that mean something to each other. Right now, it's, I got this today. I mean, how much more can you get, really? I mean, we've become such a consumerist society, and buying things that are like whimsical. I just buy this, I'll buy that. It's under $20, and you don't need anything anymore. I mean, people always ask me what I need. It's like, I don't need anything. Do the things I want. Yes, I mean, that is different, but it's like these days, it's like you feel obligated. I don't know, as a parent, right? You felt obligated to make sure your kids had something underneath that tree to celebrate that day. And now it's expected to have just a ton of stuff underneath there. And that's not me. I don't want to give so much stuff. I mean, years ago, we decided to, you okay? Need a drink?
Bless you.
Oh yeah. Bend over.
That sucks. Sneezing and coughing hurts the most.
Oh yeah. Well, thank God I'm past it. Yours is actually worse than mine, because mine was only 3 holes. Yours is a little bit more.
I have 6 holes and 48 stitches.
Yeah. Great. That's going to take some time. Lean over. Hey, seriously, lean over like this. It helps.
I need to sit up with the perfect posture.
When you cough or sneeze, it gets rid of all that extra pain.
And I would say also too, one thing is that if you look at all the retailers that we have now versus then, like, we have so many discounted stores. Like, you have Ollie's, right? That did not exist back then. It's because of how much supply and demand comes out.
Yeah.
And then people don't buy it, so then it just sits there. And then if it doesn't, right, Ross, you got TJ Maxx.
Right.
Burlington was kind of always been around a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's so many more. So you go down strip malls and it's all discounted stores.
Right, because they didn't sell it.
It's not name brand anymore.
Yeah,
you have to go to the mall for name brand.
Well, now they have the treasure hunt places, which are all where were.
That's like the returned Amazon packages, you mean? Yeah. You have no idea, but you buy a bulk of things. And
true.
Whatever becomes yours. And that's what's even funnier. Oh, it's $100. I don't know what's in there.
Right.
Yeah, right? That's how they have that show, right? Where it's all the different storage units and then you buy them and then sell them.
Yeah. My neighbors do that.
Yeah.
Storage
wars. They make pretty good money off of it.
Yeah, they do. They do a good job.
You can. I mean, that's rated, or that's, made for TV. It's not necessarily reality.
So did you guys do, so you have 4 kids. How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2. Okay. So there was 3 in my household, but did you do like, they have to have 10 presents each underneath the, or was it more based on their list?
It was, we tried to keep it close, right? Because we don't do a free for all open. It's youngest to oldest or oldest to youngest. And we all, you open one, so you go in the round, right? So all right, you open one. So we tried to keep it as close as we could to the same number, so that some kids just not sitting there with now if Spencer if Santa brought a Wii for Spencer, some of his gifts might be lifesavers, or what I mean. He gets to open something,
right?
But then it's where you at? Hey, Tim Santos, good morning, brother. Glad to have you with us.
Morning, Tim.
Merry Christmas. And we'll be here the day after. I will anyway. I think we'll be here the day after Christmas next Friday. I got nothing going on.
I thought we said no show.
No show? Okay.
26, we had no show listed on the...
Okay, we can do no show. All right. Well, we're not here next week. Everybody enjoy it. Right. Culture turned Christmas into more of a gift holiday season. Now, gratitude seems to take a back seat. Well, the other thing is this. When I was growing up back in the 1970s, back in the 1900s,
that sounds so long ago.
We lived
it's made my bones hurt by saying
bro, it was 50 years ago.
I know it.
Right? It was a long time ago. Think of that, right?
I'm not that old.
So everybody lived within spitting distance of grandma and grandpa. You know what I mean? And when I say spitting distance, Sunday after church, you went over and have fried chicken or sloppy joes or something like that. Your cousins would come over. It was always family. So the old traditions were back in the 1970s, again, when I was a kid with my 3 older brothers, was, hey, Christmas Eve was at one of the grandparents' house after church, or before church. And then you all went to church, for the midnight mass or whatever. And then Christmas Day was, okay, Santa comes, open up. And then Christmas afternoon was go to the other grandparents' house where your cousins and everything was at. Right. So it was around tradition. It was around being around family. It was around, now you take a look at my family, and my family with all my nieces and nephews are spread out all over America. Nobody, because the world has actually shrunk, because now we can FaceTime and do things like that. But we all don't live within spitting distance of grandma and grandpa. Right.
I didn't get that when I was a kid.
So now, we get together in July and have quote unquote Christmas in July, because that's when people have their vacations. That's when families have their, what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's an interesting thing. Being a coach, I've got a tournament the 28th, 29th, or 28th, 29th, and 30th. I and that's the week that, Alice and Lucy have off of school. So I can't, where do I go? I go to a tournament. I hang out with my team for 3 days, where we would travel to Wisconsin or whatever. So they still do that. Right. But I miss out on that tradition. Oh yeah. You like that? That's a good, nice font. Yes.
Morning, Jana.
Hey, Don says try 63 years ago. Right. That's what we would say is in the mid to late 1900s. Yeah. Morning, Shana. How are you? And Shana says, I had the same in Minnesota. Tell me you went to mass in a horse-drawn sleigh with 20 cousins. Great memories. Yeah. See, how cool is that?
Cool.
Yeah.
Now that just togetherness, and that's, I mean, you talked about family. My grandparents were 6 hours away, so I didn't get to see them. Some years we might travel out there to see them, but for the most part, it was just us. But it was, it was togetherness with the family. I mean, yes, the presents were great as kids, don't get me wrong, but we actually, it was more about family and tradition Today, it just seems like what's underneath the tree, and I need something I need, or I want. And I feel like it's lost its original meaning, right? Of getting together and family and celebrating and appreciative that you're out there. Granted, being Santa, having that belief in something you can't see, but now it's just become consumerism. And for us, I don't even really like to give presents anymore. I give more memories than presents, like activities. Instead of giving them a Wii, I'll give them, dance lessons, or, go skiing, or like this year we're going on vacation. Something they'll remember as a family. It's not a one day, and it's actually not even a couple hours, because usually, Christmas morning, it's like you get in there and just destroy all the presents and you're done. And then it's like, what are we going to do now? Let's have lunch,
Well, plus now they have like the matching pajamas, so I do like that a lot of families do that, where they correlate and they do like matching pajamas, and they do like ugly Christmas sweaters. But I had my childhood a lot like Kent's. Like, that's how we were. Like, everybody, like, I could walk to grandma's house, both grandmas, awesome. And same with like my aunts and my uncles. We were all very close. And then what was funny is, like, in 5th grade, we up and moved to Illinois. And then the rest of my family was like, oh, they can move. We're all moving.
Go.
Now everybody went. So we have people in like California, and then you've got Utah still, but then we're all the way out in Illinois.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those where when I see my aunts, if I'm lucky to see them, twice every 10 years or something, then they get a Christmas gift, but they still send them. So like my one aunt is still very big into, hey, let me see your list. You give her list, and then she sends you your gifts. So all the packages still show up at my mom's house, and that's kind of how it was still. So that tradition has still stood its ground.
Do you still make a list for you?
Yeah. So my dad does Elster. So he puts all of our names on there. And then what happens is it like jumbles it all together, and it tells you like, oh, you picked so-and-so. And then they will have a wish list for themselves. And then you create a wish list. So then you can see what that person wants. Because there has been Christmases where you can tell, because as Ken said last time, we all suck at receiving gifts. So we're so bad at that stuff. Because it's like you expect, I guess, like, for an instance, I told you what I wanted, and then when you don't get what you want, we all just kind of sit there and be like, thanks.
I remember one time Spencer was going to have probably 4 or 5, and his grandmother, Alice's mom, had bought him something that he already had. And he opens it up and he's like, oh, that's great. I got this already, and you saw the look on the grandma's face, like, what? You know what I mean? So I got afterwards, I got to pull him aside at 4 or 5 years old, say, hey, buddy, when somebody gives you a gift, whether you have it or you don't, you got to be grateful for it. Right. Don't worry. I mean, there's he doesn't understand retail at this time, but you just got to be like, man, your grandmother really wanted you to have this. She didn't know that you already got it from Santa, or you know what I mean? And so, be happy that grandma got you something that you really wanted. But we'll work it out, and
to leave a receipt,
and it's teaching your kids that gratitude on how to receive a gift, rather than be like, well, Jesus, Scott, I already got that. Great. That's here. Do you got a gift receipt with this so I could, take it back? And you know what I mean? Instead of just being real grateful that you thought of me and thought I would love something, whether I wanted it or not, or I already had it. And that's, and that too at Christmas time is a great lesson for a lot of people on just how to receive a gift. Right. I
agree. That needs to be taught all year.
Yeah, it does. It does.
That's why we have birthdays, Father's Day, Mother's Day. It's like you need to learn through those other events how to receive a gift.
Yeah. Shayna says, gifts are placeholders for real presents. PRESENCE, not presents, but presents. Guilt in a box.
Guilt in a box.
Right. A lot of times, right? It's like, hey. But I tell people, and I hate this time of year.
Yeah.
I love everything, the reason for the season, quote unquote. But I hate this time of year because, at work, in the office, people are like, hey, man, here, I got you a bottle of booze. Thanks, I don't drink, whatever. But, people feel obligated. I'm like, listen, and here's what I love. Kelsey is absolutely one of the most generous gift givers. Your spirit is amazing because when you think of somebody, you get it, and whether it's July or August, and that is a really, really cool thing, and I'm always so grateful. She'll pop in like, hey man, I saw this, I thought of you, here you go, coach, and I'm absolutely, it always kind of brings me to tears a little bit because I'm like, damn, I just need to see her therapist if she's thinking about me that bad. You know what I mean? But that is truly a gift to yours. My mother-in-law, her love language is gift giving. She is absolutely in heaven when she can give gifts, right? And it's really hard for her because her love language is gift giving, is to accept gifts.
Yeah, same.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, here, we got, you shouldn't, no, and it's tough when that's your love language. And so I think that that is also a tough thing that I had to learn to accept is, hey, I saw you, no matter what it is, I thought of you and here it is. And you're just like, I wasn't expecting that. How cool. Thank you. Shanna says an unnerving witnessing kids that were never given lessons of receiving. It's harsh. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Don says, I'll say what I said last week, Deke. Take the win as people at least pretend or try to be nice for a time. Totally get your point, but don't let fakers bring you down, brother. Oh no, they don't bring me down. I don't like people.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's good with like more than 5 people in the room and he's out.
That's it. I just don't like people.
It's overwhelming.
Well, and one thing, like I would say traditional wise, is my brother and I couldn't stand is like when you had a gift that was like sentimental to you from somebody and you didn't want to show anybody else. My parents had it like, turn it around, let everybody see. And I'm like, why? That's my gift, not yours. And I'm like, but this was meant for me. Like, I didn't want to show anybody else. Because then you get some of the kids with the different ages that like want to play with your toy, and then everybody breaks open their toys and you feel, and I don't want to share. I'm like, and then you had the trading of toys, So like all of us when we were younger as cousins, and it'll be like maybe 10 of us in a room, you would put all the toys you didn't like in one area and the kids would like trade toys.
Oh my God. Here, I know I just opened this and I'm really happy, but I don't like it.
Well, because unfortunately, like for like my sister and I have very similar names. We're like Casey and Kelsey. So a lot of times like aunts and grandparents and even our own parents would mix gifts.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that wasn't meant for Kelsey. That was meant for Casey.
Oh,
and Casey's was meant for Kelsey.
Look, me and my brothers are all born in the 1960s. So it's Kevin, Thomas, Kirk, Timothy, Keith, Todd, and Kent Trevor. All KT, right? So it's the same thing. It's like, oh, awesome, a model airplane. And my brother would get a basketball. Oh, I think that was
switch.
Yeah, switch.
I grew up with a couple friends like that. They're all DMS or GJBs. Every one of their kids, 5 and 6 kids, and everyone has the exact same first, middle, and last initials.
Welcome in, Bob. Good to see you guys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Coming in pops over there, huh?
No.
That's good.
Coming in hot. My dad used to do the funniest shit when we were kids, because after a while it's like, what do you buy him? And because you're expecting present, toys and shit like that. And my dad just changed it up. It was hilarious. He would buy my mom gifts, right, and give them to us, like as a joke, like we'd get underwear, for my mom or whatever. So excited to rip open the paper, like, God dang it, here you go, Mom.
Wow.
They started to make it fun. It wasn't about.
How do you know?
Necessarily, yeah, right.
How do you know it's for your mother?
Yeah, because he told us.
That's for your future wife.
He was trying to figure out if we accepted it and which direction we were going. Right. Hey, do you like these underwear? No, you don't. Okay, good. Instead of asking us, do you have these tendencies? But I thought that was fun. I mean, my family I've always tried to make it fun. And once my immediate, like with Deidre and I and our kids, we tried, once the kids were past like 5-6 years old, to just make it more about an experience than, a gift giving. Yes, we always wanted the kids to think and, have that, the hope right? Or the faith that something was going to happen. And, like any other parents too, hey, you got to remember, if you're not a good kid, Santa's watching, so there always people kind of use that.
I mean, how true is that really, that naughty or nice? Like if you're naughty all year, you're still going to open up a damn gift on Christmas Day.
Nobody ever uses it.
Nobody ever does. It's a threat, if anything, but nobody ever goes through with it.
Nobody uses it in April. Hey, Santa's watching. It's always in December. Like, listen, you little bastard.
That's what I'm saying. The closer they get to it, that comes out. Like, hey, he's watching.
Yeah.
I'm surprised today, the way the world's going, they're going to go, Santa's actually a girl, so she's watching.
Yeah.
I mean, that's coming. I would think at some point.
She does have a nice beard.
She does that. Hey,
it's testosterone. You take it for so long, it grows.
Hey,
how long until that happens is one of my questions.
Yeah. What do you, if Scott, what do you think your average spend is? When your kids were young, what do you think your average spend was?
DJ, are you listening?
If it's saying 52,000,
I mean
52,000.
No, I really honestly, and this is where Deidre and I really worked well as a team. I didn't really have much. I hate shopping, like literally hate shopping. I hate going into stores. Yeah. I love getting things for my family and my kids. I mean, I like them to have them, but I don't like to go to get them.
I love to shop.
Yeah,
I do.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I don't love to buy. I love that because
window shopping.
You go in, you try on shoes, you try on this, you try on that.
You're like, I lost 5 pounds. This fits now.
You carry it around a little bit, and they go, "Nah, I really don't need this."
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
No, I don't like shopping. I like, as you know, I like wheeling and dealing. Right? Like I would rather go in there, find something, and figure out a way to get it cheaper or better if I really need it. So when it came to the kids, I was the one back then when we were raising. I mean, we both worked. But that was, Deidre would go out and do the shopping for us because she was the one that was more thoughtful and, had the patience. I don't have the patience for out there and walking up and down the aisles. I big surprise, everyone knows. But, being ADD, it's just like I can't do it. And I don't enjoy it. That's something I enjoy watching them when they get something. But for me, thinking about what I want to get them is fun, watching them, but not going out in the actual physical
great way not to answer the question.
But if you got to put like $1 to it.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm trying to.
Thank you, Mr.
Oh my God, I need to cut in sometime.
Mr. President. Could you answer the question?
Well, and that's why I was hoping Deidre was listening because I don't know. We would set a budget, right? And
just ballpark.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably $500-600 a kid. I mean, when they were younger, if that depending on the year, but probably somewhere
like
around that.
$2,000?
Yeah. No, well, between the both of them, maybe,
between all kids with sales tax, about $2,000.
And we had, if we couldn't pay for it cash, they didn't get it. I'm not a credit card guy. I don't believe in that. I mean, I know a lot of people in this world just stack their credit cards and they pay them off all year long to make this happen. That wasn't our thing. So long story answer to the question is probably $500-600.
What's yours, Kent?
Ours was probably $200 a kid or somewhere in there. I mean, we didn't have a ton, and that's it. We had to pinch and scrape and claw.
But during that time of year, you'd spend a lot.
We always made sure, that Christmas morning was, all about the kids, not necessarily about, Alice and I, but then the kids, you got to go out and buy, each kid has to get mom a gift. Right. Each kid's got to get dad a gift. So there are those things now. So I would say on average, as when my kids were young, that all in all, the whole household probably under $1,500, I would guess. Yeah. I'd 52. I mean, oof, mama. Now I had, growing up too, I had friends like, oh, dude, come over and look at my new mini bike or, a KZ 100, and you're like, damn, and I never questioned as a kid what Santa dropped at your house as what he dropped at my house. Not once did I ever go, damn, you're Santa.
Right. We have the same Santa.
Yeah, there are probably times it's like, shit, I should ask for that.
Yeah.
Right. But for me, it was always like a new basketball shoes.
That's all I ever wanted.
Yeah.
They got used.
Did your adult relatives booze, smoke, and play euchre till 4 a.m.? We are in bed by 10 p.m. My ancestors are disappointed. On Christmas Day or Christmas Eve? My mom's side of the family, they're drinking, smoking, playing cards, watching Johnny Carson, whatever, you know what I mean? And it was, I mean, when we moved them out of their house where their pictures were, was the white of the, the walls were all nicotine stained because they smoked so much. But that was my, on my dad's side, no smoke, no drink. But they were big sports people. So they would have Coke, Cola, and
Santa did visit me in Waukegan often. I don't blame it. Well, it depends on what part of Waukegan.
Yeah, all right. That in your neighborhood, Nate, I get it.
I would agree to Shayna though. Like when we had Christmas at the cabin, so we had a cabin in Utah. It was in the middle of like nowhere. They would all play golf or Farkle. So they played Farkle all the way up until like, and us kids who knew how to play, they would let us play with them. But man, I felt like a smoke box every time. I'm like, I'll be in the outhouse like draining myself, like marinate me in body wash right now because in your hair and everything. It was so bad, but everything had Captain Morgan, and then it had to be Diet Coke or Pepsi because you had one grandma was always Pepsi or one was Coke.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, and vodka.
Oh, and hams. My grandpa loved hams beer.
Yep, that was it. Absolutely. And Raleigh cigarettes.
Yeah, we very rarely ever got to see my grandparents on Christmas. We would drive down there and Mom and Dad would stack the back seat of the car with the presents, underneath. Remember the old cars, station wagon where the seats folded in?
Yeah, that's what your dad just said. Back in the late 60s, early 70s, we spent $100 in Deerfield for all the toys for you and your brothers, and they completely filled up our Ford station wagon.
Yep, and we would drive down there, and it was the greatest thing. And, we didn't have as much, we'd see our cousins and relatives and stuff different time of the year going down for Christmas. We do it a few times, but I always had a good time. Our family sat around. We got 300 something down there now, but it was a big to do. Yeah. There were freaking kids everywhere.
I love to go shopping with like my dad. My dad was like, all right, kids, y'all got 5 minutes each and we're out.
Oh, let's go.
But then my dad be over there with the sports and everything. Like, oh, this is a nice autograph I can use. I'm like, we're not shopping for you. We're shopping.
Hey, I was that guy like, who do you got to get for? Okay, so here's the track we're doing. We're going here, bang, 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 bang. We're out.
Oh, yeah. If you went past an hour with my dad, whew, you got back to the house, your chores, man. You were not getting paid.
That's the way I roll. All right, listen, let's do this real quick, and then we'll come back and jump into the beans. I think it's this one.
The beans?
You have a great business. You know it. Your employees know it. And so do we. So how do we get everyone else to know it? And how can you do it cost effectively? It's simple. Use EDDM. EDDM is a direct mail marketing program from the United States Postal Service named Every Door Direct Mail, and it allows you to get your message out for a fraction of the cost of a stamp. Here's how it works. Start by contacting your local Minuteman Press. We are your EDDM experts. Together, we will manage these important steps. First, set a budget that will give you the biggest ROI. Second, design a creative mail marketing piece with an awesome offer. Third, choose the best delivery routes based on demographics and geography. Fourth, print, bundle, and take your mail to the delivery post office. Fifth, manage a schedule for distribution using USPS mail carriers. 70% of people surveyed say that receiving mail is more personal than the internet. And 73% of consumers say they prefer direct mail for brand communication because they can read it at their convenience. With cost-effective EDDM, you can maximize your return on investment. Minuteman Press is your EDDM and direct mail experts. You know your business. We know how to promote it. We are the modern printing industry. Find your nearest Minuteman Press at minutemanpress.com.
And we're back. Listen, I looked at the beans. I don't think there's anything in the beans, so don't get up. But one of the questions that we had in the think tank is your favorite Christmas tradition. Your favorite Christmas tradition.
We're going to stick along those lines today.
Yeah, we'll stay.
No deep thoughts, huh?
Well,
it is Christmas time.
Shane, we were hotbox laying face first in the shag carpet, falling asleep to laughing and yelling. I know it was it. You just get a sleeping bag or a blanket, lay on the floor. Absolutely.
And one of your cousins doesn't let you out, and you like almost die in there and shit.
Right. Yeah,
fun days.
That's it. So, Christmas traditions. Then and now, what did you love? What was your best Christmas tradition as a kid? And what is a tradition that you have created for your family?
I would say I miss the cabin because we had like snowmobiles, 4-wheelers. We had skiing, snowboarding. And it was just so much fun because like as the grandparents and my parents and everybody, all the adults would stay inside rapping while the kids just went out and played. You know, some of us got ran over by 4-wheelers, like I did a few times. So did my brother. Because we would, and my brother and I had.
All I want for Christmas, my leg back.
And so we did a lot of BB guns back then too. And we used to come out and like shoot each other almost like we were in the Matrix. I mean, you don't know anything about that, but like Matrix in that sense.
Yeah. I really watched it.
But I just miss those days of like being outside all the time. And then we would go sledding and then we would do naked snow angels, who was the biggest PUSSY, you know what I mean? Okay. And then you would get money for it.
Oh, like you go out there naked in the snow.
Butt naked, yeah. So
I kind of want to see.
I miss the cabin days.
In that family.
I was gonna say, I'm starting to really get a good vibe of the whole Kelsey.
But Nate says breakfast quiche every Christmas morning. My favorite tradition. Is that one that you've created with your family, Nate, or is that one when you were from a kid? And what about your family now? What is your tradition now that you have created?
I do stuff with my son because since I'm divorced, I don't always have my son on Christmas. So, and Christmas is a different day for me. That's a rough day.
Yeah.
But I tried to do everything with my son like once Halloween's over, because I put my tree up November 1st.
Damn.
Holy cow, really?
Yeah, I try to get the Christmas spirit early because I know from December 19th to the 25th I'm SOL. So
with Christmas spirit,
but I would say with my son, like we do Spider-Man Christmas.
Oh.
So like every year since he's been about a year, I dress him up in Spider-Man because it's his favorite. And then we go take like Santa Claus pictures.
That's awesome.
You know, so this year, since I have my own clothing company, like I made everything.
Oh, cool.
So we're taking Christmas photos this year for Spider-Man again.
Nice.
So we just do that.
A very Spidey Christmas.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man Christmas.
Scott, how about you?
A number of years ago, we actually started playing.
So this is for your family now.
This is for my immediate family, not my brothers, my sisters, my parents. I mean, every year
a tradition that you created.
The tradition recreated, right? For like my main family or my family, parents, brothers, and all that, we go to my parents on Christmas Eve, which is nice. You get to go, normal, typical, stressful thing though too. When you're always getting together with family, sometimes it's always, what do I get them? Did I get them the right thing, or how are things going to go? But for us, it was always about that morning waking up. The kids would rip open presents, and then after that, it's kind of like, what are you doing? So what we started doing is, you mentioned it earlier, is Deidre would buys us all matching jammies, which is really cool. The kids really love that. I mean, even as they get older, my daughter's 36, my son's 27, we still get a kick out of it, and then we will open a present and then go do something else. And, and then we play White Elephant for hours. Mm-hmm. I think that's our most fun thing because we get some of the dumbest shit, right? But it's usable, like a nice pen or pencil set or things that can be used, right? But is still interesting to put through. And then, you always have that one present that everybody wants.
For your naked.
Yeah, there you go. But there's always that one present that everybody keeps wanting, right? And then that seems to be the one that there's really nothing in there,
Yeah.
But that for me is fun because it's just, you're going, we'll play for, because whatever, it's 20 or 30 minutes, but it's so intense doing that all day long that I enjoy it, that it just keeps the energy going. Because for me, it just seems like it just goes by so quick. So we wanted to spread out the whole day. We'll make breakfast, then we'll do this, we'll do that. So the White Elephant thing has always been really fun for me. I'd like to, more people I'd like to see try it because it's just something so enjoyable. It keeps you laughing.
Yeah. Yeah. Nate says, grew up with breakfast quiche, and I'm trying to keep the tradition alive while also adding Grinch cookies every year. So yeah, Dad always made the Grinch cookies.
What's in the Grinch cookies? Like any flour, anything special?
Amaretto.
Here, kids, this will mellow you out.
Yeah.
Bob says, as the years have gone by, the importance of buying gifts has faded, and just being with family has become more important and meaningful. Memories last much longer than a toy.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to just do that and create a memory, whether it's going to a water park. Like you guys just went to the water park with your kids, right, Kev?
Yeah.
Over Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's a great memory for them because it's not just an hour or 2 hours opening presents.
Well,
that's a couple days of, good, bad, and different.
We'll say it's a memory. I don't know if it's a great.
Well,
everybody has their own lens.
I was going to say, everyone has their own lens.
Has their own lens.
You're probably just like, I'm dreading this. And the kid's like, this is going to be the greatest shit ever. We get to jump around in the pool.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, your perception and, what your expectations of it are.
Yeah, he gave it to you. I think she was asking,
oh, man.
Are they marijuana cookies?
Yeah.
Put the kids back to sleep.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, the tradition, my favorite tradition was the stockings as I was a kid, right? And back in the 70s and 80s, at the toe of the stocking, you had an orange, and then peanuts, and salted in the shell peanuts, and then you had some little gifts or whatever, a toothbrush, blah 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 blah, right? But I loved it because it never changed over the years. The toe was the orange, it was great. And so that to me was always my favorite, tradition was getting that stocking, right? For my family, ever since tradition is, as soon as you wake up, and the kids are all excited anyway, so you would wake up, the kids would wake up at like 5 or 6. Right. And Alice and I had been up, till 1 or 2 wrapping to make sure that the kids were asleep. You know what I mean? And so you're running on a couple hours of sleep. The kids are up. We get up. We tear open the presents. Well, then I make breakfast. I make pancakes, eggs, bacon. I do the whole spread. Huge breakfast. Absolutely. They love it. They look forward to it. And then while we're eating breakfast, we put on National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation every year.
I'll keep you
At about halfway, I love the movie and I can recite all the lines and all that good stuff. But every year it's fun. And even now that I've got adults, about halfway through, I can tell you which kid's going to fall out asleep about what time of the movie each time. So that's really, really, that's the tradition. I think that my family really looks forward to. The one that I've created is, I do the whole thing: pancakes, eggs, bacon, if they want toast, whatever. We really, I go all out. I love to serve my family on that day. So it's fun. Yeah. Adults get the brownies instead. I don't want to mix up the cookies. And then Shana says, we are such consumers, 365. It's hard to buy something someone won't buy themselves. Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's true.
The joy of gift giving, of Christmas, the magic of Christmas, of, whoa, I wanted this, I asked for this bicycle back in July or whatever, and Santa brought it. Now it's like, no, I wanted it in July, so I got it on Amazon, and it was here. Yeah.
Hell, for me, one of the things that I used to love the most about Christmas, and thank you, Mom and Dad, because I just appreciate that. It'd be like this: it'd snap that JCPenney's or Sears catalog down in front of you.
Yeah.
Mark that up. God bless them for this one, because every page was marked. Let's be real,
right?
I figure if I mark everything, I'm going to get something that I really wanted. And they were always really good about it. Mom and Dad, we didn't have a ton growing up, but they made us feel like we had everything. And that's the same way I've tried to do for my family. We are very blessed at this point, but what tomorrow brings, who knows? So, I just every day try to make every day good, but they used to do that stuff for us. And it was just, it was, it was fun. And these days I hear that there's like apps out there now that kids just go on this app and just, literally fill the thing up. And it's, it's not, I don't want to say it's any different than filling out the booklet, but for me, the booklet was cool because you had to actually flip through it, mark the page. Now you're another reason to stare at your smartphone,
Yeah. Well, the fun thing too is, when I don't know, Spencer, he's 31. So probably when he was 5 or 6, they came out with he was probably 10 years old or something, right? They came out with the app, the Santa Tracker app. And he's in Guatemala, you'll be in Illinois, and this many hours.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
He's in Chile, you're tracking the kids like, is he getting close? Is he getting close? Oh, hey, you know what? He's over in England right now, and it's got a little guy. It looks like a weather map, and the little Santa in the sleigh. And they're like, oh, here he is now. So, it's fun tracking.
Something to build that anticipation for the kids and to get them to behave a little bit better, too. You'd be on the way home. Like we'd go, like I said, Christmas Eve for us was always, we go to my parents' house. And then when the kids were young, we would, right before we'd leave, we'd track, use the tracker. And then as we're driving home, be like, oh, look at that light up there. Is that him?
Yeah.
Like you see this really bright star, or even a plane the kids don't know. Be like, that might be him. I think he might have come over here to pay attention to you, because if the kids are being a little surly or what have you, it'd be like, hey, it still ain't Christmas yet. You better be careful. He might not stop at your house. So it was a good use to keep your kids in line.
Well, yeah. When they didn't know that it was an airplane, that might be Rudolph up there.
I see red and green.
Now I kind of wonder with the way technology is. The kids are like, Santa drives a freaking Tesla.
Right.
Right.
I agree with Shana, though. Like, I received weird gadgets over the years that come in here. I agree. Like, my grandma was like that. Like, my grandma would send us, like, toilet paper, and we're like, what the fuck is this? But you unravel the toilet paper, and it'd be, like, all these weird-ass gifts inside that toilet paper,
Really?
She was always so unique with it. And she only shopped at, like, antique stores.
Oh.
So whatever you got was probably back from the 40s or 50s.
Hey, look at this.
But that's where I missed that. So I try to do, like, take her tradition on, because she had passed in 2019. So I try to do things that you're not going to find in stores.
Yeah.
So, like, Hobby Lobby is where I go and buy everybody's gifts. So.
Well, wait. Spoiler alert.
Yep.
Here's a great one. We did it back in the day. My family did it. As seen on TV gifts. So back and for those of you who are young don't know, they used to have like infomercials and the Ron Popeil pocket fisherman,
Still got one.
And so we did one year. We drew names. My brothers, their families. We drew names, and we did as seen on TV. So you had to buy one of those things for whoever it was as seen on TV. And those are, but here's the funny thing, to your point and to Shana's point, you're like, God, that's goofy. You use it every day now.
Yep.
You're like, God, this is great.
Yeah.
I should have got 10 of them. They don't make them anymore.
Yeah, that took me back around Peel.
And I feel like Christmas is not the same without a fireplace. So I think
forget it.
That's why my parents have always bought a house with a fireplace. So I think a fireplace, just sitting there and like listening and hearing all the smells and seeing everybody smile and laugh.
We're trying to, if you don't
it's
have
just
one,
hilarious.
trying to explain how Santa gets into your house.
Yeah, without a fireplace.
These days,
I'll leave the doors unlocked.
Yeah, the pocket fisherman, the pocket realist. Absolutely. GLH, great looking hair. It was black spray paint that you sprayed on your bald spot.
I need to get some of that.
GLH, yeah, 70s hot. It is.
Did it come out that that long ago?
Oh, it is a long time ago. But I mean, it was the best things, the RFD protectors, those type of things were as seen on TV. Here's another one. HD glasses or Eagle Vision glasses. Remember those? The sunglasses that were you could look through water, and they're polarized and everything was great. Yeah.
The bright yellow ones.
Yeah, for night driving, the bright yellow ones. You're like, what? How does
yellow work? It actually does, surprisingly.
My favorite thing is when the coffee warmer came out.
Oh yeah.
And everybody plugged it in, and it kept your coffee all nice and warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the desktop. Look. I swear, I wonder how much sales that they did that year that came out.
Back there, Kent. Here you go.
Yep, the coffee warmer.
Was that last year's gift? He's gonna come
that was on all the adults' list. Yep, coffee warmer.
There you go. Might as well leave it there for the grounds. That's how our coffee's gonna get warm today.
My grandma used to get so pissed when she'd spill her coffee on it. She's like, "Damn it, I need a new one."
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that one's nice now because that'll plug right into like a phone charger. You don't have to.
Oh,
You don't need
we're getting fancy.
You don't need a regular outlet close by.
Is that one of those ones that something has to be sitting on it, like the convection?
Oh yeah,
convection, right?
It doesn't get hot unless
something's sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
That technology, when that stuff first came out, was just amazing.
Like
watching this cup just getting boiling hot, and then I'll take it off.
Burning hazard. FYI, it gets hot.
And then there's no heat there. It's like this is like
Bob says in 1948, my parents brought me home from the hospital after 6 months there. My dad carried me in the house, and my brother what he had. Dad said, "Bobby," to which my brother said, "This is the best Christmas." Oh, so
my dad was the present to his brothers, right? Because my dad almost died when he was a kid. And actually, penicillin is what saved him. That was when penicillin first came out. That was trials back then. So that was
crazy.
Could you imagine that? Merry Christmas. They're like, "I don't want that present, Granddad. What the hell?"
Right.
We thought we got rid of him. We're the ones that sent him to the hospital.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
No, that's a cool story.
That's a great story.
Yeah. I wonder if your brother would say the same thing. Then he brought this goddamn baby on.
Well, no.
We tried to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Little bastard took all my shit.
No, he was in, like you said, 6 months in there. He wasn't a baby when that was he was in a wheelchair and shit for a while. My dad's actually very lucky to be here with us.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. That is a badass story. That's cool.
Although it would be interesting though to hear what his brothers would have thought. Be like, "What the hell? Oh, we get less. Now we're only getting $50,000 for the gift."
That was the best Christmas. The next one though.
Yeah, right. I mean, for me, Christmas, Christmas has kind of got away from the main meaning, right? Like, for me, it's just something special to be together with family. Right now, it's all become about what you're giving people. That's for me that really is disheartening. That it's not just about getting together and family. It's about what you're going to buy and how much you're going to spend.
So, if you could describe Christmas in one sentence, what would it be? One sentence, less than 10 words.
You know, you're talking to me.
That's why I'm giving you very detailed instructions.
Yeah, right. That's a tough one because for me, Christmas really has just come down to appreciating who you are and what you are and your family together, right?
Period. There. Okay, Kent, your turn.
Is to celebrate. Is the Christians' time to celebrate the birth of Christ. That's what Christmas is.
For you?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, did you get that out of like a definition? I mean, Sheldon's not here.
I mean, what's the reason for the season? I mean, it's Christians created Christmas in December around a pagan holiday because we didn't want the pagans to have all the fun. So we said, let's celebrate Christ's birthday on the December 25th so that Christians can have all the fun, right? And it's blended in with the pagan holiday and whatnot. So it's really a time. That's why I say it's the reason for the season is to celebrate the birth of Christ. That's it.
I think Christmas is just more for me like remembrance.
Remembrance of childhood or just the year gone by?
Innocence programming.
More for just remembering those who are not with us anymore on Christmas Day.
Really?
Yeah, that's how for me, because like those two people played a big part in our family. And they're no longer here. So it's like Christmas is not the same anymore.
Doesn't that make it more sad for you than anything?
That's why I do everything prior to Christmas.
Okay.
So my Christmas might be on like the 22nd.
Right.
Right. So.
Wow, okay.
I don't mind it.
That would make it a little bit more tough of a season because Christmas really, for a lot of people, is not a joyful season. It's a season.
Well, they make it stressful themselves.
No, but I mean, like for somebody that has somebody that had just passed away or whatever, right? Like it's a really tough season to go through that time of year. The giving, the love, and everything when they've lost that person. Now everything has changed for them. Their family dynamic has changed.
Let me ask you a question: have you ever lost anybody on Christmas Day, Scott?
No, thank God.
Okay, so don't speak for other people.
No, but I hear a lot. I'm not speaking for other people. I'm saying all these people, Christmas is the loneliest time of year is what I'm getting at. You know, there's so many people that are not fortunate enough to have a family anymore, or even friends that are their family to spend it with. They're very lonely. I mean, if you look at statistics,
I think it used to be, but I don't think, like I said, with Amazon and everything, I don't think
it's not
quite the same depressing thing. I think people are pretty depressed all year. Here's my gift to everybody. You ready? And Shayna, pay attention to this. My gift to everybody is this: on Prime Video, you have Prime Video. If you have the Roku channel, all right, Apple TV thing, all right, those three, they have right now streaming the classic Friar Club roasts. Okay, specifically from 68 to about 71, and they are hilarious. I mean, they would not be acceptable today, but the Prime Video is streaming them. The very first one is the Johnny Carson roast, and you've got Don Rickles. You've got all these incredible, funny old comedians. If you want to have a good time this week or on this Christmas, get on Prime Video and look up the Friar Club's roasts. Absolutely, you'll be in stitches. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Do yourself a favor. If you want good comedy and funny. I mean, they're smoking, they're drinking. I mean, it comes up with the warning, the trigger warnings, smoking and drinking. And, you're just like, oh my God.
Adult language.
But they take the gloves off and they just go out. It's funny. It is absolutely, if you like good humor and the classic old comedians, you have to watch, because just, you'll be in tears. You'll be in tears.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Thanks for jumping in this morning. Thank you for hanging out with us through all of 2025. 2026 is a good one. Here's another thing. In 2026, All Guys and a Microphone is coming back. It'll be on Wednesday, the first and third Wednesday morning of each month. And we got a new crew. It's really going to be a really, really good show. It's going to be cool. And then we've got intuitive innovations, a new one with Luna Goddess that just kicked off as well. We got a bunch of neat stuff coming down the pipe in 2026. But if you do us a favor, just share this with one of your friends. Share out to 216 on YouTube with one of your friends. And we want to get up to 2,000. We just have a number of 2,000 we want to get to. So if you can, just share it with one friend. But for everybody out there, have a safe and Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you celebrate during this time, spend some time with family, love one another, be good to one another, and we'll catch you the next time we catch you, right, Scott?
Yeah, guys, just go out there. We appreciate you tuning in every week. Like, share, subscribe. Go out there, be the change you want to see in the world. And I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to everybody. I will not be back until the end of January.
Oh yeah, you're
so guys, yeah.
Good luck getting back in the country.
You know what? If they don't let me back in, I'm okay with it.
There you go.
You know what I mean? If that's where I need to be, that's where I need to be. But yeah, I'm going to be gone until the end of January, guys. So love you. Thank you for all your input. And really, from the bottom of my heart, really, since the day that we started the grounds, I certainly appreciate that. Like life, things have changed, and I appreciate you guys sticking with us as long as you have, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.